Getting death threats, Henry Blackburn is. Prime, he has spoke up. We all listening. Joy, what's your reaction to Prime's response?
This is what he should have said. What are we talking about here? This is a game. And that's what he said. Yeah. They're playing a game. These are young people. Can't call them children because I'm sure he's of age. But these are young people playing a game. Was it a bad hit? Do most of us feel it was a dirty hit? Yes. Does that mean that someone should kill him?
No.
I mean, what are we talking about? This is the right thing to do. Just take the heat off of the situation. Obviously, we're all very upset. I'm sure Travis Hunter is upset. I'm sure his teammates are upset. I'm sure Deion's upset at what happened. I'm sure Henry Blackburn is upset about how he handled it now that everything has happened the way that it has. But listen, I've gotten death threats before. I don't know if anyone else up here has. It's quite unpleasant. It's very unnerving. And this is a young person who's playing a game. What do you don't think that's going to be in the back of his head now every time he steps on the field about how he is going to approach a situation? It's really unfortunate. I'm glad Deion said something. I know Deion's voice carries a lot of weight. And if it was a fan of the team, you know, that it's just unserious. So I'm glad he addressed it the way he did.
Yeah, I think it was necessary, Jay. Like, that's where I'm at with it. Like, I'm glad Prime said what he said. It was a dirty hit. It was a cheap hit. Yeah. It was a late hit. It is, to some degree, football. Like, I'm surprised nobody on the Colorado sideline in that moment took it up with Blackburn. I know that I would have. I assume everybody sitting at this desk likely would have. But they're in the middle of a game, rivalry game. It's tense. It's dirty. I would condone somebody doing something in that moment, but death threats, that's taking it too far. Yeah, I believe we've all probably received death threats at this desk. I never have? Bad for you. I received death threats back in college. Yeah. And lose a game at Texas, it ain't gonna be good for you. But I am glad Prime did what he did because it was just going too far.
No question. And come on, man. These are young men battling their tails off, playing extremely hard. Like you said, it's a rival game. Right? I don't care if you drop a pass. Obviously, it was a late hit. He got a penalty. But death threats, come on. We got to eliminate that type stuff. But for Prime to get up there and say what he said, Prime understands that his players watches every move, right? And one thing I love about Coach Prime is Coach Prime said, send me a boy, I'll send you back a man, right? And these are the situations that matter. If Prime reacts a different type way on this, Travis Hunter, Shador, all the other guys are going to react a different type way on this. Yeah. But Prime to go up there and handle this the right way, now you see the other players handling it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So it's bigger than the game of football. It's the game of life, too. We all know Prime is, we all know Prime's faith and how Prime is in faith and all that, but he is raising men. So if I'm going to go up here and hold a grudge, my kids is going to see that. These young men in the locker room is going to see that. So I applaud Prime for getting up there saying that because the whole world knows it was a late hit. He could have said anything he wanted to say because the whole world behind him anyway because they seen the hit. But to go up there and address it like that, that was big.
Yeah, Coach Prime did a great job of that. I mean, just everything he said, I truly believe. Like, this is a young man just trying to play his game at an efficient level, at a high level. I think some people forget that even though it's a gladiator type of sport, right? It's super physical, a lot of combat, but we're still a human, right? And it's like, hey, death threats is like, that's way too much. This kid is what, 21, at least 20? He's young. And he's still trying to learn. And then it's like, one thing is when coaches speak to us, we're going to play physical. We're going to set the tone. There's their best player, stick it to him. And I don't think when coaches say that, it's like, okay, that's part of football. I'm just doing my job. Now, maybe some players are probably more aggressive than you may like. I thought that play was dirty. But dirty or not, he's just playing at a high level. And there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is, as people that's on the outside looking in, it's like, I know you're a fan. I know you may love Colorado. You may love what everything Coach Prime is doing, et cetera. But you got to, at the end of the day, understand these are kids, young men trying to make it in life. And he said the right thing, and I truly agree with him.
Would any of y'all look at it differently if Colorado lost? Because Travis Hunter, remember, played 145 snaps week one. He plays both ways. He's a Heisman candidate, offensively a Heisman candidate, defensively. When you win the game, it's different because now you're like, oh, even without Travis, we won. Had Colorado lost, well, now obviously it would have been like we lost because we didn't have Travis, and we didn't have Travis because of an illegal hit in which the player didn't even get ejected. Just a 15-yard penalty when targeting should at least merit an ejection for the rest of the game. Would anybody here feel differently had Colorado lost?
About him getting death threats?
About Prime's response.
No. Death threats? Someone should kill him? No. No, I would not feel differently if Colorado lost and this kid was getting death threats. This is a game. It's a game of football. It is a child's game that they're playing at a high level. Yes, there is a lot of hostility, and there was a lot of hostility added to this game, by the way, by the leaders of the teams. There were fights before. This was a hostile environment. But the outcome of the game, while I do believe it was affected even with the win by losing Travis Hunter, there's no circumstances where adults or anyone else should be threatening the life of a student athlete based off of something that happened in the game, which, by the way, as you mentioned, he didn't even get ejected for. Now, that doesn't make the hit any less dirty. We all agree about that. But no, there's no circumstance that this could come out of this game where I would believe that someone should send this young person a death threat.
And it's part of, like, this is football. That's what we signed up for. And I hate to say that because I thought it was a dirty hit, but you're going to get dirty hits. I've been hit dirt. I've been hit late. I've been grabbed on the pile. That's part of the thing we signed up for. And also is Travis Hunter. He took the high road. I don't know if you guys seen what he said.
No doubt.
But he said, hey, man, he didn't feel like it was a dirty hit. He said, I want a dirty hit. It was part of football. And hearing him say that, even if he thought differently, like I might have thought differently, but I would say the same thing because you know why? This is what we signed up for.
That's his coach, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? It's what we signed up for. So take the good with the bad.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't think Prime's response would have changed, right? And we all got to remember, Prime played a lot of football, right?
Yes, he did.
And Prime could look at our game now and say the game now soft, right? I done seen a ton of late hits, people getting slammed on their head after the play, all type of stuff when he was playing. So I don't think his response would have changed, and I truly believe he talked to Travis, and that's why that's why the team is responding the way they responded and saying the things that they're responding because of their leader. So I don't think that would have changed. That's who Prime is. You know, this is not going to be the first or last late hit we're going to see. It just sucks that Travis Hunter got hurt behind it and wasn't able to finish the ball game. But by any means, death threats, I don't care at any level. This is a game.
Yeah.
So I don't care at any level, man. Should nobody be receiving them.
The big games for Colorado coming up. They got Oregon this week. Oregon is a top-ranked team in the pack. They got USC the next week. USC, another top-ranked team in the pack. Obviously, Colorado 3-0. If you beat Oregon, that changes the narrative even further.
And I don't even really care about the wins, but you want to see Travis play them boys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's a money game.
You want to see him play them boys.
That is a money game.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.